Good afternoon. Today we are going to have a presentation for Capstone from Brian Kuhnel. Brian is manager for firmware development, process development for firmware for Automated Logic Corporation, which is a division of Carrier Corporation, you know, the big company that takes care of heating and cooling systems, international outfit. And Brian is going to do his presentation on applying quality control to the quality process development. And you will see that he's done a remarkable job of applying purposeful action. Not only is the framework illustrated very well in his work, which is the 12-step framework of managing the process, but he's applied all 4 principles, which is, first one is the framework, and he will discuss that. Second one is balancing your action with ethics. And the 5 core values that we teach in leadership class are integrity, commitment, persistence, teamwork, and communication. He's always a man of integrity. You'll see it right through his work. But commitment is exemplified by his whole approach to this work. He would drive all the way from Atlanta to come and talk with me for 40 minutes. He'd sit there, wait for me in the coffee shop, we'd talk, and he was so committed. I was really impressed. I haven't seen a student do this in the past. And then persistence. For more than a year, he's been thinking and working on this. The project became larger and larger. As you'll see from his presentation, he had a hard time making things smaller. He just makes it grow. But he did a terrific job. And as a result, his 2 levels above him, the VP of R&D, wants this type of process development to go on throughout the division, which is, about, I think there's about 7 or 8 more units than yours. He wants to apply it across that. He'll show you the organization chart and see. So that's his reward for doing all this. He's done a great job. And the 4th principle, when we talk about is you must relate to others. You're not in it alone. He did a lot of survey work, reviewing assessments within the company. And that got a lot of visibility to the process, but also got great inputs. And a lot of his recommendations at the end of his report are related to what the company wants to do to enhance this thing across the organization. So with that, I want to leave it to Brian.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, first outline of the presentation will cover background information, problem definition, research objectives, project approach, literature review as it pertains to purposeful action, and then quality processes, product design. We'll identify some of the customers and services provided by firmware development, identify what I consider our key product development process. We will evaluate our current quality documentation. We do some modifications, and then we will present some of the revised quality documentation and show you some of the assessments based on questionnaires that were sent out regarding that quality documentation. Then, of course, we'll go through some of the improvements that were suggested, conclusions and recommendations. And I'm going to try to emphasize more the process of this project instead of the detailed products that came out of the process. Okay, first of all, I'd like to give a background of who we are. Automated Logic Corporation is a technology leader in building automation. We were a small company, fast, frugal, flexible prior to acquisition by Carrier. And as we integrate more with Carrier, we're having to pick up some additional processes to meet some more stringent quality control expectations. Automated Logic has a dealer distribution. We have intimate relationships with our dealers. We have dealers in most of the major metropolitan areas, and we have a very narrow product focus. So we can focus on what we do best. The competitors that we have in the marketplace include independent dealers of vendors similar to us, factory-owned branches such as Johnson Controls and Honeywell, and equipment vendors with integral controls, which is Train, for example. One of their sensors is on the wall back there, and they're one of the leaders in incorporating the controls in the factory production environment. Factory-mounted controls threaten controls only installing contractors, which is what our dealers are, because they have consistent quality, field installation, simplified the communications, power, actuator, and sensor terminations. ISO 9000 certification increases our business opportunities, and it's critical for factory-mounted controls, which is one of the goals that we hope to accomplish. We've had customers that have audited our compliance for ISO 9000, and I'll have some examples of feedback that's been provided later on in the project. And if we were to lose certification, it would exclude our dealers from bidding ISO 9000 specified projects, and that's what we want to try to avoid here. Okay, a little bit about our company products. Basically, we are a networked solution of building controls, and this controls air conditioning, lighting. An example on this campus, you have a central boiler chiller plant. We'd be controlling that, and then the air handling units, and each of the little zones, VAVs, variable air volume units, we'd be controlling those just as well. Just some examples of our products. We have platform products. You have some that are based on PowerPC processors, some that are based on smaller Hitachi processors. We have 4-core platforms, and we must have probably about 30 different flavors of those platforms that we network together. These are designed to be installed in control panels. They can be either on the side of equipment themselves or as part of a building construction project. Okay, the problem definition. We changed development processes to an agile development process, which is more of a quick development spiral process. We'll cover that a little bit more later on. Our current procedures were based on a more traditional waterfall type project management system product development process, and so they're obsolete. So we are in the process of transitioning from one process to another. This leaves new employees unsure of what the current processes are, what they should be doing. Quality procedures, we have to update those to match the current development processes. The procedures need to be accepted by the firmware development department, and ultimately it started out as firmware development but moved to research and development level. And these procedures and project will be accomplished using teachings of engineering management at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga. Okay, the research objectives. Details for application of purposeful action. Identifying the applicable product development process. Identifying quality document requirements. Identifying quality concepts not considered by our current quality documents. And then soliciting feedback regarding revised quality documents to improve usability and accuracy of the new documents. And we'll see a little bit